Hello and welcome to my sewing room tour. Today you're going to get to view two of my sewing spaces. But before that, I would like to give you a little history on how I became interested into quilting. About 15 years ago, I had started with one little sewing machine, a little Brother CS6000. I had no fabric or knowledge on how to do any quilting. My friend Emily had showed me how to make some tie quilts. And after working with those for about a year, I started doing some research on free motion quilting. So I free motion quilted on that little Brother for about 5 years, and I realized that I needed something bigger and better. I upgraded to the Brother Novell 1500, and then from there I upgraded to a mid-size long arm. And that's how my quilting journey began. So now let's start my tour of my room. My room started out as a den. And one night I got this bright idea that I wanted built-in cabinets. So I drew something up on a piece of paper and we hired a contractor to do things that I wanted. So just to give a little show of that, we start with these cabinets here that have a clear display of some fabrics here. So I kind of display some Christmas fabrics. And on top, of course, there's more fabrics for storage. You have lots of storage here. I got the TV and cabinets and drawers. Flowing through onto this section, there is more display, a computer work area. And then on this area, I have created a station cabinet or counter that has a drop. So like when you're sewing with the quilts or whatever that need to be dropped and have more space. With my Brother Innovis that I got this year, that is a combination embroidery machine, sewing machine. So, and it has a little pull-out drawer here for your tools. A little ironing station that is just on a little foldable table so it can move anywhere you need it to be moved. A little display here, another clear display. I display some quilts and some fabrics. In this room, I wanted to create a space where I can move anything around. And so I created this cabinet here on casters. As you can see, it rolls around. On the front, you have more clear storage. You can add, I have my quilting tools in the top drawers, and then quilting fabrics in all the other drawers, and that you can see all the different colors. This cabinet, of course, rolls around, and then there's this empty space over here that cabinet rolls under when you need more cabinet space. So then following this through here, I have a space that we created for the ribbons. It's just some PVC and some dowel rods. And then you could just roll your ribbons out when you need those. Here also accommodates my AccuQuilt cutting system that you can make your quilting blocks and projects on. Following through the room, I have some floor-to-ceiling cubes on the side of the built-ins. On top, I have more fabric storage, which is my Laurel Birch collection. Through there you can see all the drawers and cabinets here with lots of space. And behind the door is the storage for the AccuQuilt cutters and some stabilizers. This concludes the room for this room number 1, and then we'll show you room number 2. Alright, this is the second room. This is the newly renovated room. This is our formal dining room. It measures approximately 11 by 14. And I have a lot going in this room. Previously, this room was floor-to-ceiling cubes and mixed-matched bookshelves. I have created the vertical shelving, as you can see, to display your fabrics, and the restored vintage sewing machines. 2 working stations with the Brother and a Juki. On this wall, we have a custom-made thread holder for my husband, to accommodate the embroidery threads. This is a Brother Persona 100 single needle embroidery machine. We got a cabinet from Home Depot, stained it, put casters on it, Added a pegboard system for your tools and a foldable ironing station on the other side. On this wall, I'm able to display quilts. This particular one is the Row by Row, I believe a 2019 or 18. I won the Best Southwest Award at the Tombstone Quilt Show on that. On this wall, I also have another large display of threads in the custom-made thread holder for my husband. So the customers are able to choose their color of threads when they bring their quilts. Below that, I also have another restored Singer sewing machine. We have a 12-foot quilting long arm table in this room that accommodates the Kathy Quilt Block Rocket, which is also made by Grace Company. On that, I have a project getting ready to be quilted that was used. I had used my AccuQuilt system and my single embroidery sewing machine for that project. Underneath is lots of storage in the back for more fabrics, miscellaneous tools. And then on this wall, I have more vertical storage with more fabrics to be displayed. And I have my grandmother's 1970s Singer sewing machine. Underneath the quilting machine, I also have what my husband created for me is a batting roll so that I can just roll and cut the fabric for my projects. I would like to thank the Stitch in Heaven for the opportunity for this contest, and this concludes my sewing room tour.